Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is the Independent Consulting Topic Chat, IC Topic Chat, focusing on IC TIG involvement, perhaps involvement as a elected member, and involvement in any way that you want to talk about today. So we have several of our current leaders involved with the IC TIG leadership team involved here. We've got Nathan Browning, Sarah Williams Lang, and Lisa Kaczmarczyk. And I'm just going to be quiet. You guys go right ahead. Have fun.
I love how it always moves the buttons if you're presenting and it goes up on the top of the screen and you're looking at the bottom. So I'm Sarah Williams Lang. I'm the current newsletter chair, and I'm here with Lisa and Nathan. And thank you for coming. We like to just have a brief overview of what the TIG is and the positions and what we've done in the past year. And then we'd love to open it up to discussion, to learn from past board members, to hear from present board members, and also from all of the remainder about what you have seen that you like, what you'd want to see in the future. Just have a great discussion around that. So I feel like I was going to say something else, but we'll just start moving forward. So first we'll start off with reviewing the board leadership. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. If you went to the business meeting, this might sound familiar, but we'll get through it quicker. Some of these slides. So 2023 board leadership, Lisa Kaczmarczyk will talk about that. Nathan Browning will take us through the year in review. I'll talk about future elections and openings, and then we'll have a discussion. And actually, while we're doing that in the chat, if you could just add if you've been a board member in the past, share with the group if you'd like. Take it away, Lisa.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. So this is the current board this year, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what each of these positions are, and if you have more questions, you can ask about it. So across the top, you see what we refer to as the chair sandwich. And so the chair, who's the current chair, and for this year, it's Mindlin. And the chair-elect, which is Tasha Parker, that's the person who will be coming in as the chair next year. And then the person who was the chair last year, which was me. And this particular set of positions is designed to, have so if somebody doesn't come in as the chair and feel like they're totally cast adrift and they have to learn everything from the start. So like in my role as past chair, I'm kind of institutional history and support for the current chair, so that the current chair and the chair-elect can get an understanding what's happened before and what decisions have been made to help inform them when they're thinking about direction and priorities and what they would like to present. So that's me. Tasha, as the chair-elect, is person, and this is one of the positions it's open to run for, is chair-elect. So this is the person that will come in and be sort of like watching what's going on all next year and seeing, what does it mean to be chair? What happens? How does the TIG work? And starting to get ideas about, what kind of priorities they might like to put forth for the chair. And then the following year, they become the chair, which is what Mindlin is now. And we're always a team, but the chair, will lead the monthly meetings that we have, and put forth ideas for what they'd like to prioritize and contribute to the monthly newsletter with ideas that they have and thoughts they would like to share with everyone. So that's our chair sandwich. And so if you're interested perhaps in some leadership there, you could run for being chair-elect next year and join Tasha and Mindlin. And then we've got, across the bottom, we've got other cool positions. The next one where there's a dual is the program co-chair, Nathan, who's here, and Jessica. And this is a 2-year commitment. The chair positions are a 3-year commitment. The co-chair for the program is a 2-year commitment. And this again is to, allow some learning and and some history to move forward. So it's like Jessica is in her second year as program co-chair, and Nathan is in his first year as program co-chair. And so next year it will be Nathan and someone else. So that could be, one of you if you want to run for program co-chair and work with Nathan, who is totally awesome to work with, I will just say. And so the program co-chair is most heavily involved with preparing for the conference. And so the program co-chairs, take the lead on putting the word out about, when the conference deadlines are, and, rounding up submissions, and then seeing that the submissions, get off to review, and that the reviewers are there and they write their reviews, and then, helping to select, which ones go for the conference. And this is a really cool position. And that's actually where I started, was being program co-chair, because you get to really learn a lot about the conference. You get to learn a lot about AEA. You get to see some of the inner workings of what it's like to run the conference, and have a hand in, what the sessions are that actually show up at the conference. So that's a really neat position. And then we've got Allie and Sarah, and I feel pretty safe in saying that the two of them work together a fair amount, because Sarah, who's here as the newsletter web media chair, she's the person behind the scenes and in front of the scenes who puts together the wonderful monthly newsletter that you all get every month. And that involves, figuring out who's going to be the meet the member and who's going to be highlighted, and, putting together, all the stuff that you see in that newsletter and making it look nice. And we've got a lot of systems set up, so it's not as hard as you might think it is to do. And it's a lot of fun. And this is another opportunity to really be able to put your stamp on what goes out to the membership. And Sarah works a lot with Allie. Allie is the web social media chair. So Allie is, the one who very often you see, if you're looking at the LinkedIn group, she puts posts out there. If you're on Twitter, which is now X, she puts things out there, our various social media platforms, Allie puts information out there, and, our website, keeping that up to date. And so I think it's probably it makes sense that Allie and Sarah work together a lot, because that's both, front facing. And so those are our positions. And as I said, we have monthly meetings. And so no one really works in isolation. We get together, we talk about things once a month, and then, we go off and we communicate in between meetings over email. So I just want to pause for a second and see if anyone has any questions about any of those. And then also, Sarah and Nathan, if you want to add anything about what you do.
No, you did a great job, Lisa. I think we're good. We can also discuss it later on anyway, but you did a good job of describing how it actually goes. Yeah. So,
right, on to Nathan.
Yeah.
So these are kind of a snapshot of the things that our leadership team kind of puts on, organizes. There are all kinds of other great things. Obviously, we're here at the IC Topic Chats. It's not an official TIG, I guess, event, but Price, I think you offer office hours. So there's a lot of other things that members of the TIG and independent consultants in evaluation are offering. But these are some of the things that our leadership team specifically focuses on. One of those is the Power of an IC Story leadership series. And it's basically just conversations with different independent consultants, learn about their journey, learn about their path to becoming a consultant and that sort of thing. We have the IC Healing Space, which with our next year will be our chair, Tasha Parker. And those are just about getting together, frustrating, venting about challenges that are coming up and that sort of thing. We're looking at our 4th round of mastermind groups. I guess this round was the 4th round. And so those are, if you're not familiar with a mastermind group, it's basically just a small cohort, 4 or 5 people, kind of in a similar business situation as you, that you can brainstorm, bounce ideas off of, so on and so forth. And it sounds like we're going to organize that again next year. Really valuable. I had dinner with my mastermind group from like 2 years ago, and we're still invested in each other and building each other up. So it's a really positive experience. We always get a week for AEA 365 to talk about consulting in some way. Usually they put it around the United States Independence Day because they're punny. So that's another thing that we look forward to, we recruit for. Of course, as program co-chair, we work to organize the conference sessions for the TIG. We don't have any say in this, but there are also 3 workshops, professional development, pre-conference workshops that were offered in the independent consulting track. And so those are a blessing to have. We're always trying to recruit new independent consultants. There's no shortage of need for proper evaluators taking out some of these contracts. And then we had the TIG lunch, which is pictured here at Buca di Beppo. Had great turnout, casual people just networking, chatting, catching up from having not seen each other for a while. We have, of course, monthly newsletter contributions that was mentioned. And then this year we've been highlighting the most recent TIG survey results, and you'll get to see me next week present on some of that as well. So those are kind of the things that we get up to on our leadership team.
Thank you, Nathan. Just to share what is opening for as far as board positions for 2024, chair-elect. So incoming chair who's going to sit on a 3-year term and basically have like a mentored role the first year, then become chair the second year, and then become the mentor the last year, in a way. And it's always a great group of folks that form a good bond throughout those years. And the program co-chair would be the incoming 2-year board position, working with the existing program chair, Nathan, on selecting the conference programs and sessions for 2024. My position is opening up as newsletter and web media editor. Just reach out to me if you want to talk more about the position. And I'm definitely helping to orient whoever goes into my role in the beginning of the year. And then social media is another role. I know Allie is going to throw her hat in the ring again, but there's also, if anybody else has interest, you can self-nominate or nominate someone else. So with that, this is actually the nomination form. So if you want to take a screenshot or just use your iPhone Droid and check out the nomination form. Again, you can self-elect. So that's actually how I got into this. Somebody suggested I might enjoy the role, so I just nominated myself, and here I am. But if you have somebody else in mind that you think needs the push as well, please do so. And okay, so that if you need that again, just like reach out to us, or we could put it back on the screen later. But for discussion, we could turn off the recording now because we're going to start like opening it up to the group.